Hi everyone, welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Emma, also known as Wander and Create with Emma on all my socials and this channel. On my YouTube channel, I'll talk all things knitting and crochet, from the projects that I'm working on, patterns I'm designing, and then I also like to throw in a bit of travel again here and there, from trips I've been on that I might have taken a knitting or crochet project with me, to separate vlog episodes where I visit local yarn stores or visit a new area and have a kind of knitting crochet fibre spin to it. So thank you for watching. In this week's episode, I'm going to be reviewing the crochet knitting projects that I've been working on this last month since I last posted an episode like this one. Stick with me because I'll also be giving you a sneak peek of some new designs I have, some that are going to be ready for testing very soon, and another that I'm in the very early stages of designing, so stick around to hear more about that. It's a Monday as I'm recording this episode. I've just had a great weekend. It's been a kind of quiet time since we moved back to Vancouver in January. For those that may not know, if they haven't watched other episodes or haven't followed me from other social media channels, last year I had a whole year travelling the world with my partner, and we moved back to Vancouver in January this year, and we're kind of settling back into life. So we haven't really been doing too much because we've been focused on getting an apartment, setting our apartment up, and then getting back into kind of working life. But this weekend we went away with some friends on a camping trip, and actually before that, on Friday night, I don't know who else got to see this, it seemed like it was happening all over the world, but we got to see the Northern Lights right on our doorstep. We have actually seen them before. We had one Christmas that we went up to the Yukon and we did get to see the Northern Lights there, but seeing them just outside your door was something else, and they were so strong, like the colours, the greens and the purples. In fact, I'll kind of cut to some photos that I took there, as well as some footage from the weekend camping trip. Great to get back into the camping. We haven't been in the camper van since our summer road trip across Canada and the US last year. We spent 4 months living in our tiny converted camper van for a summer, and that finished in October last year, and we haven't spent a night in it since, so it's kind of exciting to get back into that, and hopefully we can do a bit more of it this summer. Because it's so nice, and the campsite we were at was a really lovely one. The weather was perfect for it. It's got me excited for summer, which brings me to what I'm wearing right now. I'm getting into the summer season, so I pulled out my, this is the Gastown top. It's a pattern I designed and released last year. It's a crochet mesh top. I'll stand up so you can see more. So I have it kind of cropped in length, but that's kind of customizable. It's worked from the bottom up, going in rounds until you kind of separate for the arms, and then you'll work back and forth across the front and the back, and then we just add some crochet ribbing. So it's a great it's a great pattern for first time crocheters. It's very easy once you've got the hang of the double crochet stitches. That's kind of all you need to know for this one. You'll be doing some ribbing and you'll be doing meshing. It just involves double crochet and skipping stitches. Very straightforward. It's kind of intended to have some ease, and it's kind of a great top just to put on. You could put it on over the top of your bikini, just wear it with a crop top like I am, and just kind of a cover up, beach cover up, or maybe a night at the bar. Like, it's a kind of very versatile top like that. If you'd like it, it's available to buy on my website and Etsy and Ravelry pages, and I'll link to all of those in the description below. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to jump into was the objects that I've managed to finish over the last month, so my FOs. I have a few, they were quite small, and one is epic, and if you've seen the other videos you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I have 3 to show you that follow on from my last kind of podcast episode that I did with the works in progress. So number 1 are these socks. So if you've seen my last episode, like episode 2 on this channel, I'd been inspired by a vlog episode from Summer Lee Knits, where she attempted to knit 3 pairs of socks in a week. I was never intending to do that, but it did inspire me to try and make 1 pair of socks in a week using yarn that I had in my stash. And I didn't finish them in a week, I don't think. I think I only, if I remember rightly, I'd knit 1 sock and had made a good progress with the second one, but I did finish them, so kind of within 2 weeks maybe, and these are it. I love the colour combination. Again, like the yarn, this like mint green one is a yarn that I bought in Seoul when I was in South Korea from the yarn store Banu, a really cute yarn store. And then the pink was in my stash, and I can't remember where I got it from or the yarn brand, unfortunately, but the colour combinations are great and I've already been wearing them a couple of times, so happy with that. And then the next one was a really short project. I'd been saying how it still wasn't quite warm enough to not need something on your head to keep warm in the mornings when I was on my way to work, but maybe a full kind of beanie toque was too much. So I'd started to make the headband portion of, from my pattern, the Lonsdale toque that I released. It was my first hat pattern and it was a combination of crochet and knitting. So this is the crochet headband. And in the pattern to make the hat, you'd pick up stitches around the top and then knit and shape the crown, but I just wanted a headband, and so I used this, and I made it very quickly. I think I'd done just 1 row in my last vlog because I'd started it that morning, but by the end of that day I think I'd finished it. So yeah, this is it. I did actually wear it for a couple of weeks after. It's also great because I tie my hair up a lot, so a hat never really works with that. A headband is much better. So I had used that a few times. To be honest, I probably would have been happier if I only had a really small ball left from, this is kind of left over from the original project. It's Juniper Moon Farms Patagonia yarn. It's a really great yarn, really warm, good value for money. I had a small amount left from that project. Ideally, I probably would have wanted 1 or 2 extra rounds on top, but there just wasn't quite enough left. But this kind of just about does the job and will be handy. Not so much now, hopefully it's going to stay warmer here, but going back into the autumn, fall, again, this will come in handy. And then my final one is the Honeybop cardigan. So this was a project that I started in 2021. And it's gone through several progressions. I started it, I tried it on, it turned out I'd made the wrong size. I had done a swatch, but for some reason I'd figured it all out wrong. I did a try on at the body stage before I did any kind of ribbing around the bottom and the edges, and it was far too small, so I frogged it, left it, and then a little while later went back to it, started it again, and then put it down. Went travelling for a year, and it had been sitting in a cupboard in my mum's house for about 18 months. So when we were back at Christmas back in the UK, sorry, at Christmas before coming here, I was determined to take it with me and finish it. And so just last week I did it. I'll put it on. Doesn't really go with this top, but I am super happy with it. I was a bit worried at first that I think I said before I was using a different needle and my tension I felt had changed a bit, and I was worried how that was going to affect the overall appearance of the cardigan, but after washing and blocking it's not turned out too badly. I personally can see the differences in tension, and where like one sleeve at the top is slightly looser than this side that was the new sleeve that I added, but I know these things are small and only really I can see them, so yeah, this is it. I love the colour, and I haven't added buttons yet. The holes are there, but I can't decide if I want buttons or if I will probably just wear it loose. I can do it up, but it actually may be a little tight, so I may just wear it loose. I've worn it quite a lot already. It's perfect for this weather again, when you just need a thinner cover up. It's made with fingering weight yarn. I do think that might have been the reason it took me so long. I haven't made a kind of sweater cardigan garment that's fingering weight. They've usually been at least sport weight, DK weight, or obviously kind of Aran weight, worsted weight. So fingering weight does take time, and because it wasn't in the round, it's a lot of going back and forth, so you're going from knit to purl, which is also not quite as fun. So I do think that's probably why it took me so long, because I normally kind of do dedicate myself to finishing a project. If I've started it, I don't leave it so long. This is probably, I think, the longest knitting project I've done, but yeah. Yeah, so this pattern is Honeybop Cardigan by Poison Grrls. She has lots of retro style knitwear. I've made another top of hers before, and I do love that style. This cardigan does have options for puff sleeves or non-puff sleeves. I don't know if you can see, I did do the puff sleeves, which I don't mind on me, but maybe I should have stuck with just a straight sleeve, and I am already really tempted to make another one. I think I'd like one in black, but I don't know, black yarn, fingering weight, cardigan, is that just a project that's going to take me another 3 years? Like, what do you think? Is it worth it? And I'm going to take this off now because it's too warm today. So they were my 3 finished objects, and now I think it's time, before I go on to my work in progresses, to give you a little preview of my upcoming designs. So the first one I want to show you is finished. I'm currently writing up the pattern, and it will be tech edited towards the end of this month, and then I'll be looking for testers. So if you're interested, I would recommend subscribing to my newsletter, because that will be the first place that I put out the call for testers. And I'll put the link to my subscription below, and you can find it on my website as well. If you don't want to do that, follow me on socials. I'll also post about it on Instagram. That's most likely the other place that I'll do it. And in Ravelry, I tend to post in the testing pool forum that they have there too. So they're the kind of 3 places that I'll be posting. But anyway, so the next design that I have is a set of 3 crochet bags. I had this idea last year after seeing those Prada crochet bags and just thinking, like, not like, oh, I can make that myself, but given the price that they charge for it, I did think, oh, I can make a design similar to that. So while these bags are not exactly the same, it's inspired by me seeing that Prada bag, and I mean, I don't think I'm the only one that saw that and kind of felt the same in the crochet community. So anyway, so I have a tote bag, a bottle holder, and a phone holder. So this is the tote bag. As you can see, the design is kind of a triangle or like graduated mesh, kind of similar to this top actually, where we have solid double crochets and then kind of a mesh graduating down. So this is kind of perfect for doing a bit of shopping, taking it to the food markets or doing your groceries, maybe some thrift stores as well, kind of perfect for that. And then I just have this little phone holder, very cute. It's just a little added extra really. I find I go on walks sometimes and I don't need anything apart from my phone and my keys. So I wanted something that I can just pop my phone in, like so, and kind of put over me. and be on my way, and I don't need to take anything more with me. So, and it was super quick to make. I think it took me 30 minutes. So that one's a real easy kind of added extra that'll be in the pattern. And then I have the, okay, one moment, I thought I had the bottle holder with me, but I can't see it. Okay, unfortunately I can't find the bottle holder bag. I was using it the weekend, so I think I may have left it in the car, which I'm not going to go out and get right now, but I'll add a photo in here so you can see it. But it's a very similar design to these, with the mesh and the kind of graduation decreasing double crochets. It's a similar design. It's going to work with lots of different sizes. My bottle is a litre size bottle and it fits in comfortably, so it'll go from kind of small to large sizes. Again, super convenient if you have a kind of smaller purse and you want to not carry a water bottle, you can sling it in there. The straps are all crocheted in as part of the bag, so they're not added extra, which to give it that kind of extra supporting strength. To be able to carry, like, water bottles are heavy if they're full, so I wanted to make sure the straps were incorporated into the overall pattern rather than added on for that reason. So yeah, if you are interested, as I said, like, please subscribe to my newsletter. I'm imagining the call out will happen kind of towards the end of this month, maybe early June, and the pattern will be all 3 bags will be in one pattern, but I'd kind of be looking for you to just test one of the bags in a I'm not sure about the timeline I'd put to that, maybe a month to 6 weeks just for one bag, but as part of the test you would get access to all 3 patterns if that incentivizes you more. So look out for those. I'm pretty excited, and I love the colours of these, but obviously they could be any colour and they'd look great. And then my other design is I don't have a name for it yet, and it's in very early stages. I'm actually not sure about it just now. I was working on it while we were away at the weekend, and I'm not sure it's going to work out how I wanted it to, so this may change completely, so I'm not sure what the value is in showing you, but maybe if you have thoughts, if you like where you think you can see this going, let me know. If you don't, also let me know, because then I know to change it up. So I have this, it's going to be a vest, and similar to this pattern again, it's going to be worked from the bottom up. I'm using a kind of waffle design for the main body with some ribbing at the bottom, and it'll be a sleeveless vest with ribbing around the edges and ribbing around the neck. I'm just thinking it's going to be quite bulky, this waffle, and maybe then it won't look so nice because it'll just be too bulky. So I may change it up to just have the waffle in the top section and then just like single crochet the rest of the body to the ribbing. So I'll keep going and see what I think. So let me know kind of if you have any opinions on that. If you like the look of it, give me a thumbs up. If you agree that you think it may look bulky, maybe let me know and I'll incorporate that into my planning. And then the last thing from my designs before we move on to other things that I've been working on is my Nelson top. It's in testing at the moment, and I'm looking to release the pattern on May 27th, I think, so I'm getting very excited for that. This is another crochet top, doing a lot of crochet designs this year, really feeling it, but I have some knitting ideas coming too, so watch out. So this top is, I think I've explained before, but for anyone who's new, this crochet top is designed in 4 panels that are then joined together to make a very loose fitting summery top. This one is made with a bamboo cotton combined yarn, so it's very kind of summery and will keep you cool. The design cutouts are, I don't know how well you'll see this, but they're hearts. This has been sitting in a drawer, so it's not looking perfect right now, but yeah, it's all heart cutouts, which I just think is super cute and I think would look great in a black or look in a red. Again, it's going to be something that you can just put over the top of a bikini, put over the top of a strappy dress, or much like this, over a crop top, or not, up to you. Yes, I'm very excited about this. It's going to come out just in time for summer. It's going to be a project that's easy to take with you out and about as well, because it is just 4 panels. You'll just be doing 1 panel at a time. So that'll be much smaller for you to kind of put in your bag, pick up and put down as you're out and about on your daily errands, or as you can take it on your vacation with you and do it and then have something at the end of it, or maybe you'll finish it while you're on vacation, even better. And finally, into my works in progress section. So I only have a couple of whips to show you. I've been finishing a lot of things, and then as you've seen, designing stuff too, so not too many projects in the last month, but still kind of excited and very eager to get these ones finished as well. So the first one is the Cinna Kiddo cardigan by Maven crafted. A friend of ours has had a baby recently, and I love making baby stuff. I've actually made this cardigan pattern quite a number of times now for other family and friends that have had children. It's a really easy pattern, but I think it's just so cute. As you can see, I've finished the majority of it. All I have to do is, it has a kind of shawl collar going around it with some ribbing around the edges of the front, and then a kind of bigger shawl collar around the back before going down the edges again. So I just need to add that in, and then it will be ready to be wash blocked and then gifted. So I hope they're happy with that. But isn't it just so cute? I really recommend the pattern. It goes into a variety of children's sizes. I believe there's also an adult version too. I don't know why I haven't done it for myself yet, because I find this such an enjoyable project, so I should probably make my own one. And then my only other one that I have on at the moment, aside from the designs I'm working on, is the Ingrid sweater by Petite knits. I also mentioned this in my last episode about my whips and what I wanted to do. I mentioned that I'd bought some of the Fisherman's Wool by Lion Brand Yarn, and that, as well as working on that vest design, which I think was what I was referring to when I said I had a design in mind that I wanted to use that yarn for. It was for this vest project, and that the other thing I wanted to use it for was the Ingrid sweater by Petite knits. So I started casting on yesterday when we got back from camping. So I'm working on the back yoke currently. So I've got very limited progress. It took me a while actually. You can see it's kind of on a double moss stitch section right now. It's a lot more complicated than other sweater patterns I've worked on before, so I'm enjoying this challenge. The construction is a little bit different, where I'm working the back yoke and then the shoulders and then the front yoke, and then it all joins together, and there's lots of different charts, different things going on. So I'm enjoying the challenge of trying something new to me, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I did have to kind of frog this and start again already last night, because I had not been following the pattern quite right with the short rows, and the pattern had kind of gone into a knit purl, knit purl, knit purl, rather than this double moss stitch pattern, so it wasn't looking good. So I had to start again, but now I think I hope I got the hang of it. Based on the pictures and the pattern, it looks right, so fingers crossed I can just carry on from here. But I think it's going to take me a while, which is obviously fine, because we're going into summer now. I'm not going to need a worsted weight sweater, but if it is going to take me a little while, at least I've got quite a few months until hopefully I'm going to need it again, so I can just work away at this over the summer into autumn, and it should be ready by winter. So I'm super happy about that, and looking forward to finishing it. So that's all from me this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts on those designs that I have. Let me know what you're working on, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.